here from the Hennelly Institute with Hennelly Hacks for Great Teaching. This is teaching tip number 2. This one is really important. I cannot emphasize how important this one is, and it's one that sometimes teachers take for granted. Whatever you're teaching the kids, I don't care what the skill is, what the standard is, you have to make sure that you explain to the kids, number 1, what they're doing, and number 2, why. Purpose. If you explain to kids the purpose of what you're teaching them, why it's important to them, they are more apt to pay attention and to be focused, because you're laying a foundation. You're letting them know, hey, guess what, guys? You're really going to need this, and this is why. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Teachers like to, I'm an ELA teacher, so, we're always working on, I teach the kids, 2 important parts of reading: fluency, comprehension. I teach 4th grade, right? And so a lot of times we're talking about fluency, but then one time, years ago, I said to the kids, hey, why is fluency important? They had no idea. And then I realized that I was doing a great disservice to them, because I was not explaining, even though we were going over all of the aspects of fluency, right? Reading at a good pace, reading with expression, reading the words correctly, right? Those are the real 3 things, right? You're not reading too fast, you're not reading too slow, you don't want to read like a robot, you want to read with expression. So we're going all that, spending all that time going over it, but never really explaining why it's important to be a good fluent reader. And so obviously we all know that fluency, you can't understand what you're reading if you're not a fluent reader, right? So the minute that we start talking about that in class, and I spent a lot of time the first couple weeks of school really diving into fluency and the purpose of why we're reading. Again, there's that word, purpose. Why are we reading? And then I started to notice, wow, they're really working it. They're really working hard. And if you walk in my classroom and you ask them, they're at, we do the daily 5, right? So we have reading to self, we have listen to reading, we have reading with a partner. And if you ask the kids when you're coming in the classroom, oh, what are you working on? They will actually have an answer for you. And I love when somebody says, oh, what are you working on? I'm working on fluency. Oh, really? What is fluency? Number 1, they can tell them what fluency is. And number 2, the next most important question is, well, why are you working on that? And they'll say, well, because I need to become a fluent reader so I can understand what I'm reading, no matter what genre they're reading. So I cannot emphasize enough. I don't care whether you're teaching ELA, you're teaching math, you're teaching science, social studies, writing, music, art. I don't care. Kids have to understand the purpose. Why are you teaching them this skill? How is it going to affect them? How is it going to make them a better learner or help them out in the real world? Which is a whole other teaching tip that I will get into at another time. But remember, when you're setting and you're ready to set a skill and you're ready to teach a skill, I hope you hear my voice in your head going, okay, I have to explain to them why they have to master this skill. Why is it important to them? And I guarantee you'll see a difference within your classroom. I hope this helps. Have a great night.